These are the biggest artists in the world. And in this video, we're gonna compare them to artists with 10 million monthly listeners, 1 million, and 100,000. But first, I found artists that only have 1 monthly listener. I am literally the only person on the planet listening to these songs. All right, please be good. Okay, so at the 1 monthly listener level, basic stuff like mixing is gonna be lacking. Just expect it, guys. I mean, the instrumental is actually well done, but I can definitely see why no one's choosing to listen to this. The next artist is called Tipsy Cat. They only have 1 song with the ominous title, Death Is Here. Already, the single art looks like it was made in MS Paint, so that's not a good sign. Okay, it's extremely amateurish, but it's cute, it's harmless. I have nothing bad to say about this. Yeah, that vocoder, that ain't it. I know this was your first single, and it doesn't look like you're gonna make another one, but if you do, skip it next time. Yeah, okay, this is basically what I expected. Oh, come on, is that a literal child?
Living our best life.
Ah!
We're having fun.
Hate all you want, okay? But this sounds better than Kanye's daughter. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, don't judge
Go
me.
to school so I won't be a fool.
Everything that she wear gotta be brand new.
Oh, so that's who's making her do this.
You live one, can't live twice. Don't wanna make less.
Ignoring the fact that this is a literal child, this unironically kind of hits. Like, it's awful, but it's better than it should be. You know what I'm saying? Up next, we have artists with only 100 monthly listeners. And you'll never believe who I found. Ryland Adams, YouTuber, has 1 single song from 2017 called A Clickbait Christmas. Clearly, nobody's checking this out, so...
Making cookies, wrapping presents, but now I'm grown. My job is on YouTube.
No.
So click along. It's my Vlogmas song. Santa, bring me views.
Alright, is this the worst Christmas song of all time?
I grab my keys and I grab my man.
Wait, that's just all I want for Christmas is you. Are you kidding me?
Head down to the Target store. I've never spent so much money, but no views. But you can't fail with the good thumbnail. It's a clickbait Christmas.
Literally, what was the point? Okay. Our next artist with only 100 monthly listeners is Little Flexer.
Gucci, I got all the Gucci. Gucci, ice on my wrist. I got all the Gucci. Ice on my wrist, ice on my wrist, ice on my wrist.
Hey, look at the ice on my wrist. Ice on my wrist. Ice on my wrist. No, obviously, that was a masterpiece. This dude deserves 200 million monthly listeners. Are you kidding me? He puts Little Pump to shame. Hold on, there's a part 2.
Gucci, ice on my wrist. I got all the Gucci.
Look, okay, no hating, but this is what some of y'all be sounding like. Somebody's gotta speak facts.
Hey, Gucci.
Obviously, this is awful.
I love meat.
And look, you can get maybe a few curious streams out of that, but you're never gonna become a big artist with music that sounds like this. So far, the songs we've heard today are not good. But will we get better when we go to artists with 1,000 monthly listeners? This is Bella Delgado. Between you and me, I have TikTok beef with this person. To put this in context, this person has 2 million TikTok followers. If only 1,000 people are actively checking out your music with that big of an audience, clearly you're doing something wrong.
You're an annoying ass bitch and no one likes you. Cause trying not to punch you in the mouth is a test. And you cause you're Hitler at worst and a Clinton at best.
Oh my god. This song is just so incredibly mean-spirited.
And when we like the same song it makes me like it less. Fuck you bitch, shut the hell up. People like you shouldn't be alive.
I think this wants to have the edge that like some old Pink Guy songs had, but the problem is you're doing it over this extremely generic pop beat. So it's just this entire mishmash of styles, and it's just a really weird listening experience.
We're all counting down the days till you die. You're a fucking waste of life.
I mean, I just feel gross listening to this. And also knowing that this person hates me, like I'm on their mind apparently, and this is probably how they view me.
You actually deserve to be fucking stabbed. Like, not even a personality's just in.
I'm quirky, guys. I don't care about melody. This is so funny.
Literally, the world would be a better place without you.
Also at this level, we have the YouTuber Scott Kramer. And it seems like his songs get streams, but he just doesn't release that often. He did release a song this year, though, called We Fit.
All the time we plan to spend together, that beautiful sip.
Hold on. Scott may not have any clue how to properly mix or master a song, but golly, can he write a catchy melody. Okay.
I didn't know where you were going to take me.
This is a perfectly good song. I honestly have like no criticisms. I mean, he made it for a YouTube video. It doesn't have to go this hard.
That's all I could take. I think I'm going crazy.
Look, if I didn't know, I wouldn't know the song was about a freaking We Fit, okay? And honestly, I think that makes it a better song. All right, up next we have the artist Hash Blank.
Hash blank.
Look, at this level, you can never be 100% sure if the beat isn't ripped off of YouTube somewhere. But if it's not, it's good. Don't know what's going on with the cover art though.
I'm not perfect. I'm a suspect. Yeah. One night stand.
So this melody basically repeats throughout the whole song. It's fine, it's catchy enough. I don't know if the song does enough to really stand out. All right, here we have an artist called Blake Ralston. And for a lot of these, I literally just went on Twitter to see artists celebrating their milestones. So I literally have never heard these songs in my life before. What I will say about this is it really does a good job at capturing a certain kind of atmosphere. Honestly, you do a pretty good job. All right, this artist has one song with over 1,000 streams. It must have just came out. Wait, this actually kind of goes hard.
I'm getting close to my breaking point.
Instrumental, great. Vocals, certainly better than anything I could do. But they could use a bit of improvement.
I'll take the fast route, but I'm still in last place.
Yeah, okay, so now that I'm listening to it in full, it does seem pretty amateurish. Alright, this next artist I picked out because they have a song called An Artist Must Starve. Definitely sends a message, and I want to listen to it.
Stars, sing it loud, sing it.
This dude has talent. Like, I genuinely mean this when I say this. His voice is probably going to be better than some of the artists with 100,000 monthly listeners.
Even if the light bulbs break, if you don't love me, don't. By my side, I'm biting my lips, but if I'm invisible, stood right behind me.
See, this is like kind of what I wanted from this series. I do want to turn this into a series at some point. I feel like there's a lot of artists that make really good art, but for one reason or another, people just aren't finding their stuff. Chappelle Roan, for instance, she made music for years and nobody listened to it. And now that she's such a big artist, everyone's retroactively going back to her old songs and treating them like classics. But for years, she was like a starving artist out there. And I just sometimes think to myself, like, how many people are there right now who are just as good, but don't have that push? Here's the last artist at the 1,000 level.
On my grind, working my way through the waters. For years I've been drowning and taking these orders.
I mean, it's a perfectly fine song. I just don't have much to say about it. And I feel like that's the case for a lot of artists at this level. Like, if you have 1,000 people listening to you every month, clearly you're doing something right. But at the same time, the music scene is so competitive that there's going to be people who have more resources than you who are going to have a larger audience. Up next, we have our artist with 5,000 monthly listeners. And guys, you'll never guess who it is. I mean, when I saw 5,014, he's so close. I had to include him.
You say you only fucking me for the views. Yo, shit. But I don't care, cause the view I get when I fuck you. You got what I need. The boyish face with the girlish body.
Well, that was one of the songs of all time. And after that disappointment, hopefully the artist with 10,000 turn out to be better. This next artist his name is Wands. You've probably never heard of him, except that's a lie, you have. He actually sings the chorus to Thrift Shop.
I'm gonna pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket. I'll wear your granddad's clothes, I look incredible.
So with that, you think, okay, he sang the chorus of the summer. Clearly, this dude has to be set for life. But he's not. Like, his recent songs, they're getting less than 10,000 streams. And plot twist of the century, a few years back, I was gonna create this video. It was gonna be like a little documentary, basically being like, hey, could I, just like a random person, get somebody with a #1 hit to feature on a song with me? And so I was really, really close to getting this guy on a song with me. And eventually he just kind of respectfully declined because it seemed like a big time investment to like, because I wanted to do like an interview. I wanted it to be like this whole thing. But you guys would not believe how close I was. And it all started because I went on his Spotify page and I noticed that he was doing songs with people who had like less monthly listeners than me. And so I said, okay, wait, this actually might be a realistic goal. And if I had him on a song, it would just be like the coolest thing ever, right? Not to get political, but I love that this exists.
Rise up, everybody. It's time.
Look at the artist description. I'm gonna pop some tags, only $20 in my pocket. Yeah, that was me. It's so wholesome.
Give me all your sexy loving. Another day done passed. Hope it's fading fast.
He does have one song with 3 million streams though, so at least he has that.
Let's smoke a little bit, smoke, and drink a little bit, drink.
Alright, this next artist is another one I found because it was a congratulation post on Twitter.
And the wild mountain time, and we'll all go together.
So once you start getting to 10,000 monthly listeners, I feel like at this point, you kind of weeded out all the people who don't have talent. You can get to 1,000 with pretty bad music. But at this level, I mean, people are consistently coming back. Funnily enough, 10,000 is the highest monthly listeners I've ever personally had. And that's because I had a song doing crazy numbers on TikTok. And actually, I think the amount of people that went to play the song on Spotify was low because a lot of people didn't even realize that it was a song. They thought it was just me talking. When I tell you, it's hard. I mean, I had to do all that just to get to 10K, and to have that at a consistent basis is honestly pretty impressive. Yeah, like apparently she's being supported by BBC Radio Scotland. So she seems like a pretty local artist who has some sort of recognition. All right, guys, so now we have the artist with 50,000 monthly listeners. And if you thought we were finally gonna get normal music, you were sadly mistaken. This artist is called Young Butt Piss. So this dude one day out of nowhere emails me and he's like, I made a video about you. And I look at my email and I'm like, Mr. Butt Piss. He says he made a few viral songs on TikTok too. Here's a video I made about you. Oh no. And the video is private. Let's listen to this music.
It's your boy, Young Butt Piss. I got a boner while wiping my
Alright, that's enough of that. Alright, let's listen to Autism Speaks Should Shut the Fuck Up.
It's your boy, Young Butt Piss.
Oh, don't do that.
Fuck you, Autism Speaks. There isn't a single autistic person on your board.
I mean, these are kind of good points. I mean, it's a bad song, but it's a good message. I can't exactly hate on it or anything. Let's listen to SpongeBob Gets an STD. Oh, God.
Why does it hurt every time that I pee? Gonorrhea. Femboy Twinkie Balls. Femboy Twinkie Balls, yeah. Yo, my name is Butt Piss, and I be on the slut shit. I am the gay black Hitler.
Alright, I'm done. So, I recorded this video like a month ago, and the weirdest thing just happened. Me and Mr. Butt Piss, we talked, and, we sorted out our differences. And so, I was just, out of pure curiosity, listening to his new 55-track album. And, there's one song on there that really stood out to me.
You got rejected by an incel.
And it's great. I love it. It's super catchy. It has potential. But there's no beat behind it. Just imagine how fire this song would be if it had a beat behind it. I went and I started working on it, and I just kept coming after problem upon problem. Like, I actually checked every different key to figure out what key this thing was in. I finally thought I found it. And then I put a bunch of instrumentals behind it, and I realized that it doesn't work because the song isn't in any key. It's actually in between two different keys. I had to cut out certain parts because if I kept the lyrics as is, the melody wouldn't work right. It's not on time. And by that point, I was like, all right, well, clearly this isn't working out. So I messaged him and I told him, I'm really sorry, but the song's on Spotify.
Then I barely know what sex is, sex is, sex is. I never fucking ghost women.
Hey guys, I had to add a verse. I mean, it works out because like auto-tune is my thing.
You can call a bad bitch like Ruth Lay.
Amazing. 10 out of 10. All right, up next we got, this seems to be a Filipino girl group. So let's listen to their music.
You didn't mean it, but you did it.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of How You Like That by Blackpink.
You didn't mean it, but you didn't mean it, but you did it.
So like, this isn't my style of music, but you can definitely see that the production level is much higher than anything we've heard before. I think they clearly have a team of producers working on this. Here's another artist with 50K.
I can't even sleep, no, I can't sleep, no, R.E.M. for me.
A lot of people can have careers at this level. I mean, here we go. We have an artist on the official Hyperpop playlist with 50K monthly listeners. It is very possible that you could be featured on a Spotify editorial playlist. Let's check out this person called Hannah Barr.
I don't need the world to tell me who to be. I'ma listen to the one who tells me who I am. Beauty will fade, but Jesus doesn't. Living by.
Okay, I didn't know this would be a Christian song. Good for you.
In Proverbs 31, she got Jesus on her mind. Yeah, she live. Care if the world don't like me. I'm a daughter of God, not a Pisces.
This is kind of cringe, I'm not gonna lie, okay?
She's clothed with strength, dignity.
She can sing though. She can definitely sing very well.
Afraid of anything. She knows Christ holds a victory. The intricate parts of me. He made the sun, he made the flowers in the galaxy.
I will say though, I mean, at least Christian artists are trying to make their music more interesting. The problem I have with Christian music is like every 5 seconds, like they'll say lyrics and they'll be like, yeah, God is great. Oh yeah, God is so good. God is good. And it's like, okay, we get it, you know? Nothing wrong with that, but you know, by the 100th time you said it, I think we got the point.
Solomon didn't even write Proverbs and a daughter of God. This song is so much better.
You're not helping your case here. You're not beating the cringe allegations. I'm sorry.
This song is so much better than her other songs on Spotify. Shh.
A note to artists, don't do whatever that was. Oh, are you kidding me? Is this another freaking Christian artist? No, not like us gospel version. Oh, I have to hear this. Come on.
They not like us. The devil can't hold me, bro. I'm coming out the mud.
I can't. I'm so sorry.
God did. Just the kind of flow to
Yo, DJ Khaled.
We're going up like the gas price.
Unironically, that's a good bar.
Devil getting jealous cause I'm spitting that fire.
Haha, get it. Look, as silly as you think this might be, honestly, I think there's a lesson to be learned here, right? With people like this, they have just enough talent and they have a gimmick to them, something that makes them unique. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not a lot of people making gospel versions of Not Like Us. Look, I'm a marketing major, okay? That's kind of why I had to go a little crazy on the thumbnail, because otherwise y'all wouldn't fucking watch my shit. I get it. Like, this song that I made, everybody thinks it's garbage, but it has 400,000 streams. Marketing. All right, our last artist at 50,000 monthly listeners. All I'm gonna say is if you haven't heard this before, you're in for a treat.
So let me be your daddy for a night.
Chef's kiss. It's so messed up. It is so messed up. But I'd be lying if I said that it wasn't memorable. And you know, what's interesting about this dude, right, is he actually seems like a really chill guy. Like, he'll make these generic dance songs and then he'll have like a lyric in there that's like it actually really deep and thought-provoking. And like I said, that is a niche, okay? I don't know anybody who's doing that.
So let me be your daddy.
I just love that pause there. They really make you sit on that lyric and think about it.
People have more wealth than half the world.
I mean, if you blink, this is basically just a Pitbull song.
But tonight all we on is the dance floor.
Look, unironically, this would go hard in a club. I just want to hear it in one. Would anyone notice anything?
Almost 100,000 cows die every single day because of the dairy industry. I want milk, mommy. I need a milk, mommy.
How does he come up with this?
I like big things and I know you got to. So let's save the cow.
I'm speechless. I am absolutely speechless. I don't even know what to say. Actually, I do. The song has 366,000 streams. And honestly, I'm surprised it doesn't have more. Alright, now we're getting to artists with 100,000 streams. And at this point, you may have actually heard of some of these. Kyle Gordon is also popular on TikTok, and Planet of the Bass just took off there.
Women are my favorite guys.
He also made this.
My life is the worst life ever.
So yeah, clearly he's a parody artist. Here's another artist who is at almost exactly 100,000 monthly listeners. And guys, you won't believe how hard it was for me to find this. Okay, if you appreciate the effort, subscribe to me, please. Like the video. I'm going to be putting out more high quality vids like this. You guys won't even believe it.
Rapping on the 6 that CTA shit turning global like.
It's okay. I mean, it's fine. Here's an artist with 98,998 monthly listeners. Definitely knows what it wants to be. And just so you know, when we get to 100,000 monthly listeners, I don't think people can fully comprehend just how big that number is. So this is an artist you probably never heard of, but you may have heard this song. So this song was a hit single back in 2009. It peaked at number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was the 96th most popular song of 2009. And I say this because, as far as I'm aware, this artist has the lowest monthly listeners of any artist who had a song make a year-end list in the past 15, 20 years. So, if you're at this level, more people are listening to you than a charting hit single. Jacob Sartorius.
Then you can wear my sweatshirt.
Jacob Sartorius not only had one song hit the Hot 100, he had two. Alright, let's hear his recent single out of pure curiosity. Did he get better?
So you wanna play a game, running like a kid, paper, scissors, shoot, you always gonna lose it.
Alright, I've added this to my worst songs of the year playlist. I was really hoping that it would be good and that he would show his maturity. Instead, he made a song about a children's game.
Pop champagne.
Up next, we got the legendary Ron Browse with Pop Champagne. Peaked at number 22 on the Hot 100. It made the same year-end Hot 100 list.
Jumping out the window.
All I'm saying is that if you have 100,000 monthly listeners, you're doing better than Ron Browse. And that's something to be proud of. Oh yeah, also with 100,000 monthly listeners, we have Bruce Willis. Of all people, nearly exactly 100,000. We have this artist called Anaria, and I've been told that this is one of the most bizarre songs that people have ever heard. So let's just check this out.
So go and tell your friends that I'm a fucking monster. Dropping oxy, feeling foxy, thick eyeliner like I'm boxy.
Wait, a boxy reference in 2024?
You could come from hell, always kiss but never tell.
So this is awful, but I'm intrigued.
The reason you had time with me is cause I love philanthropy. First to roll my cabaret, don't catch a predator, you're my brain, well this my
I didn't expect that. That's certainly a decision.
I'll make your fucking ass bleed.
What genre is this? Yes. Should we be concerned?
So go and tell your friends that I'm a fucking...
Okay, going from that to just like perfectly normal chorus, it's actually kind of terrifying. I like what it's attempting.
Baby's got back, baby's bed spot.
Okay, so I intentionally cut this like that because you probably don't believe that that was the same song. At 100,000 monthly listeners, you're dealing with actual professional, high quality music like 95% of the time. this next artist is somebody that I personally have a history with. The lore around her is kind of insane. I don't have enough time to get through it. But essentially, Billie Eilish apparently reposted one of her songs and really liked it. And that got her attention and a record deal. That would be this song here.
My lips make you miss me. Do you still keep count my sins?
Personally, I think the song is incredibly mediocre, and you might think, oh, you're being mean, you're being rude. You're gonna see later on why I think I'm being very justified.
This is where I get transphobic. But like, you could have not transitioned. Like, are you making a mockery out of womanhood?
She has a good voice. I have no idea what Billie Eilish saw in this. Her other song, Wavy, is actually pretty decent though.
'Cause the only thing you say is maybe when you're wavy.
All I'm gonna say is she is very much not a good person. I mentioned it in previous videos. I don't need to dwell on this. Up next, we have an artist called literally at. You can't Google this person.
I'm powerless under those ancient. Get that place inside my own.
I don't know. I mean, outside the gimmick, I really don't see much here. What about 200,000?
It's every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow.
Look, I did want to do this, but when making this video, one of my goals was finding artists that are almost exactly at the number of monthly listeners at these milestones, just so you truly get the experience of, okay, this is what the average artist at this level sounds like. And guys, you're not gonna believe it, but when I was looking for people close to 200,000 monthly listeners, I mean, it doesn't get closer than that. All right, let's hear his most recent single.
I just can't go my shit. Go.
Why is the label stop trying to see who put this out? You hiding something, Jake? Is that your ghostwriter?
With this fight bag going Gulf Stream all year, going big on you boys.
I definitely can tell there was effort put into this. I think it's an improvement. I still wouldn't ever choose to listen to it though, except now because I'm torturing myself, but that's besides the point. Up next at the 500,000 level, we have Breakins, who I'm surprised is actually this low.
How do you do what you love when you're sick in the brain? Behind the smile, I'm so pissed, but I won't be showing them.
It's 5.5 minutes long, but you don't ever really feel that length because I feel like you're going through a journey throughout it.
It's poison, I can't escape the rush.
And obviously at this level, I mean, we're just getting very strong vocals here. Also around 500,000 monthly listeners, we have Christina Grimmie. Rest in peace. What happened to her is so tragic. She was mostly known for her cover songs, but honestly, I think her original stuff's really good too. At almost exactly 500,000, we have an artist called Flowerface. I've never heard of her before. I also found her through Twitter, celebrating 500K.
I want the parts of you only show to the corner. And I want your violence, your silence, sedation. And I want your zeros, your pollute.
The mixing and mastering is very well done. I mean, you can just tell the level of polish on this track. The kind of style this is going for, there are many artists doing this similar sort of thing, so it's very competitive. So to get at a level like this, you really have to wow people.
Every day I wake up is another chance, and I carry family for other hand. Probably I never saw them. For competition, I don't like the contest.
So this is a Nigerian artist, someone I've never heard of before, but it's pretty good for what it is. Also, 500,000 monthly listeners, we have Krayshawn. And if you don't know the story behind her, she was essentially like an up-and-coming rapper, I believe. She had this one song that was really popular. And then the record label wanted to turn her into like the next Katy Perry for some reason, and that left us with songs like this.
See you working at them, cause I really wanna be your friend. We can just hang out and do whatever you like. I think your parents hate me, but you're still my best friend, baby.
Because of her record label, she is in debt. And now she has to repay the loan that they gave her. It's a really messed up situation.
Days and
the jellyfish fields, trying to fish you off my mind.
So this is an AI artist, but I'm using that lightly. This person is clearly talented at what they do. They just change their voice using AI to like SpongeBob characters and write lyrics about that. I mean, it's shocking how many streams these songs have, but they go hard. All right, at 500,000 monthly listeners, we have Token. This meme is so unfunny.
If she don't huck to her, I don't talk to her. I'm a box muncher and a twat chewer. Cock-a-doodle, if the box beautiful, get the cock approval. And if not, I toss it to a cartooning me. All of y'all are cartooning me for inspiration.
All right, this is the worst song I've ever heard. Adding this to the worst songs of 2024 playlist immediately. And let's move on to the next artist. Now at the 1 million level, 161 million streams. Never heard this song before.
I was chasing highs till I found you. We're doing it.
I'm gonna be completely honest. This reminds me a little bit of Tones and I. You know, the girl who sang Dance Monkey. And it's not quite as obnoxious, but that's the first thing that comes to mind.
I was chasing highs till I found you.
And now you can't unhear it.
I'm chasing highs.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the song, honestly. But I mean, she was on a Charlie XCX song.
Out of my head, please get out of my.
She was also on the Charlie's Angels soundtrack.
I'm focused, I'm on it. I'm waiting for you. I follow.
All right, who else do we have at 1 million monthly listeners? Oh, we have Todrick Hall.
Nails, hair, hips, heels, ass, fat, lips, real.
Look, if I'm being honest, I never understood the appeal. We got Breathe Carolina. They had a song that was like a hit. I remember this song. This is like on the radio. But of course, I have to hear the remix of All Star. I mean, come on.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on.
I see what it was going for. Oh no, Billie Jean. Pop Goes Punk, Billie Jean. Let's hear this.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene.
No.
I would dance on the floor and around.
Alright, hold on one second. I'm adding this to my worst samples playlist.
People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around Billie Jean is not my lover.
Oh no! What idea was this? Punk Goes Home. Oh, Mick Jagger has almost exactly 1 million monthly listeners. And so does Mod Sun. So according to this metric, Mod Sun is more popular than Mick Jagger. I will not specify any further. This is objective facts that we're talking about here.
I still burn for you. My whole life I've been on.
Up in flames, light a match and put it to my name. Talk about you all the time, I am your narcissist.
Narcissist is just such an overused word these days. I'm sick of it.
So stay away from me, no, stay away.
Honestly, finding all this was really surprising. Anne Hathaway has almost exactly 1 million monthly listeners. We also got Blade.
It's getting worse every chance I get. Can't embarrassed to be even here, you know. I'm losing feeling here, you know.
So this song is literally only a minute long, but it goes way harder than it needs to.
Karma's a bitch, I should've known better.
Alright, now moving on to the artist with 2 million monthly listeners. First we have the ASAP Mob. Honestly, I think are more known for some of the individual members. Like ASAP Rocky has a really strong solo career. ASAP Ferg had like a few decently well-known songs. Up next we have CG5, almost exactly 2 million monthly listeners.
Grimace shake? Yes, it's so nutritious. If I drink it, will it be a big mistake?
Hey Freddy, you're the talk of the town.
Remember, this guy is objectively twice as popular as Mick Jagger.
He's a bit chungus. He's a bit chunky boy.
Do you know the way? Now know the way. I don't know the way. We must find a way.
This is really stupid, but honestly, this is the best song he's ever made. Now, if you want to hear the worst song he's ever made,
La 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 la. Elmo's World. Dora, 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 the Explorer. Cyber cheese, we're moving. I'm just a kid who's 4. Each day I grow some more. I'm
Nobody asked for this. Believe it or not, this is only half the song. Yeah, it keeps going. At the 2 million level, we have Block Boy JB.
Dog, we gon' see how hard they ride.
I mean, is it really a Drake feature? Or is he featuring on his own song?
Get the money, Drizzy, get the loot.
Penelope Scott has 2 million monthly listeners. That's a lot more than I was expecting. I didn't know she was that popular.
Cause I wanted to do something great like you, and the real tragedy is half of it was true. It tastes like Thomas Malthus, your proposal is immodest.
How does this have 273 million streams? The melody isn't melodying. It's not working.
I loved you, I loved you, I loved you, it's true. I wanted to be you.
Alright, she has the same amount of monthly listeners as Of Mice and Men. Also the same as Interpol. Also Brenda Lee. I mean, it's not Christmas. I'm sure what it is. She has a lot more than that. Starly I mentioned because this is the perfect example of somebody who has one song that people care about, and then the streams just completely dip after that.
You can't stop the tears from falling down.
This song came out in 2016. This song alone is still carrying her to 2 million monthly listeners. That's absurd.
Pop shit, I hit him up, I'm talking color money. Purple yin and blue.
Remy Ma has almost exactly 2 million monthly listeners. So does Flip De Niro. I mean, 2,003,000. Can't get closer than that.
Leave me alone, bitch, you dumb as fuck.
This next artist, R.L. Grime, I mentioned because he actually performed at my college, and I remember everyone was hyped up expecting it to be this big artist, and when R.L. Grime was announced, most people were like, who? So I guess that goes to show you can have like 2 million monthly listeners. But nowadays, that's not enough to guarantee that you're like known by people.
She just moved to LA, go to UCLA.
We also got Christine at the Queens. We got Chamillionaire.
They see me rolling, they hating, we riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty.
We got Porter Robinson.
It's not fair.
I'm gonna be real, this is one of my favorite songs of the year. And then finally we have K-Camp, who I think is most known for this.
Renegade.
Go.
If you were on TikTok in 2020, you heard this song. Alright, we're at 5 million monthly listeners, and are you kidding me? Another freaking Hawk Tuah song?
Shawty going insane when she spit on that thing. Give me that hot tour. She ain't playing no games, so she give me that brain. I need that hot tour. Touch my soul when you did that thing. Ain't no girl that can do the same. All in your mouth, I'm your new toothpaste.
Look, his voice is way too good to be stooping to this shit.
Eating me up like edibles.
Oh god, fuck this song, dude. Well, he's got serious music. Let's check that out.
Remember that I told you I found my way back home.
See, this is more what I expected.
Are you crazy? Must be stupid if you think that we can start again.
So apparently this was like really early in his career, and if I'm not mistaken, these songs charted pretty high in the UK. It's actually kind of crazy. Like, his debut album has Pharrell Williams, Neo, Rita Ora, and then immediately he falls back to all this cover shit. And like, clearly it's working, but it's just such a weird career trajectory. Like, usually people start with covers and then move into pop stardom, and this dude just said, no, I'm gonna do it reverse. I'm gonna start by being a pop star, and then once I'm successful, I'm gonna do covers. Got some dubstep in this shit. Up next we have MXM Tune, who, fun fact, she made a TikTok about my song once.
Welcome to Simp Nation.
I didn't wanna believe my feelings for you. I'm falling for you.
If I remember correctly, this prom dress song was like a big thing on TikTok.
I'm sitting here crying in my prom dress.
Yeah, I remember this actually. That's crazy.
And I guess I thought the prom was gonna be fun.
Alright, so this is her new song, I Hate Texas, and it already sounds like Texas, so let's see where it goes.
I hate Texas, but
let the exits have more room to.
Alright, near exactly the 5 million monthly listener mark, we have artists like A Tribe Called Quest. We have John Williams, the composer. Oh my god, wait! Look at this! Whoa, I actually didn't know Spotify did that. That's crazy. Unironically, that is so freaking cool. I thought my Spotify was glitching. It's actually crazy how many iconic songs this dude made. The Jurassic Park theme, Hedwig's theme, Imperial March. J.K. Rowling is still transphobic, but the composer did a great job. We also have Chloe. I believe she's sisters with Halle Bailey.
I keep pausing like I do. I keep flossing like I do. All these eyes up in my jeans. You can't get up in between. If I count to 3, then you be on your. You can't get this out of your mind.
It's a good song, but I don't know anything else by her, to be honest. At 5 million, we also have CeeLo Green.
See you driving round town with the girl I love.
What's crazy about CeeLo Green is that he's a one-hit wonder with Gnarls Barkley, but he's also a one-hit wonder for his solo work. These two are the same song, by the way. Up next, we have the controversial Russian group Tattoo. And then we have Surf Mesa, who you honestly might not even remember, and I don't blame you, but they had this song.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright.
This guy literally found her singing this on TikTok, and that's where this song was born. So I think what you're starting to notice is that 5 million monthly listeners, either you have like a somewhat semi-underground audience, or you maybe have like one hit that people know, but not a discography that people really check out. But as we get to the 10 million artists, you'll see that these are people with like multiple hits. These are people who maybe you've heard albums from them. First up, we got Owl City, Fireflies, absolute classic.
I'd like to make myself believe we don't even have to try. It's always a good time.
I mean, this song was also a hit in its own right. It was in the top 10. And they had like the theme song for Wreck-It Ralph.
I gotta know. Till then, when can we do this? Chanting to meet you.
Hey, if you know, you know. Up next, we have Hardy, 9.92 million monthly listeners. That's close enough. Wouldn't you say that's close enough? I think so.
Baby, what you think about getting out of here? Get you out of this bar, girl. I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bump.
Okay, don't hate me. It's actually kind of catchy though.
Ain't it funny what one beer can turn into?
And literally 10 million and 22,000, we have Fun. These guys had 3 big hits.
Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bad luck. Carry on.
I mean, what's so crazy about this is they had these massive songs off of this album, and then they just like broke off as a band. This was their final single. Nate Ruiz, he started a solo career. He had that really big song with Pink, Just Give Me a Reason. And Jack Antonoff here, he is basically solely responsible for the past few Taylor Swift albums. And not even just that, but just like a lot of like really big albums in general. I don't know who this guy is.
I used to run at first sight of the sun. Why am I the one?
Up next we have 070 Shake. I had no idea that she was this big, to be honest. I mean, of all the artists, I just would have never thought that she would be at 10 million monthly listeners. Although maybe it's because she was featured on Escapism, which is like Ray's biggest hit. I don't know, sometimes this isn't always the most accurate. We also got T.I. Oh my god, the new Anuba song. Maybe this should go on more samples too. Once dubbed the Jay-Z of the South.
You steady chasing that big car, just live your life. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. The old me is dead and gone.
Fuck bad bitches, I don't want no mediocre. Don't want no mediocre, I don't want no mediocre, no.
So he has like a few few songs that I know. At 10 million, we also have Rage Against the Machine. We have Zac Efron, who's seemingly being fueled by The Greatest Showman here, as well as High School Musical. Selena Gomez, but specifically only her old Disney Channel music. I never understood the whole Selena Gomez and the Scene thing. I don't know who the Scene are. What's crazy is like Selena herself, rest in peace, also has almost exactly 10 million. Dove Cameron is at 10 million, mostly for having one hit. But also because of the Descendants movie, so Disney Channel's still doing alright, I guess. Fits in the Tantrums, probably a name you haven't thought about in a while. You guys remember these people?
I can make your hands clap. Oh, here we go.
Is there a single person who knows a single member's name here? There's 5 of them. Anybody know their names? The Fitz guy of Fits in the Tantrums, his name is Michael apparently. Did you know that? They have almost the exact same amount of monthly listeners as Phoebe Bridgers. Now Phoebe Bridgers, she doesn't get played on the radio, but online and like in these sort of indie spaces, people bring her up all the time. Like she's clearly a big deal.
I made it out and sorry that it all went down like it did. With a bird at your door.
I think the thing with Phoebe Bridgers is you have to be like a certain type of music listener to be interested in her music. But if you are that type of music listener, you love Phoebe Bridgers. If you know what I'm saying? Like the average person won't be interested in her music, but she attracts like super fans. Edward Maya surprised me because he only has the one song.
When you gonna stop breaking my heart?
Don't get me wrong, it's a classic. I just didn't know it was still doing numbers like that. Okay, so this is, I think, his second biggest hit, and you can tell that it's trying to be that other song. Wait. It's the same song! Oh, I see. The album is called The Stereo Love Show. Also here we have Skylar Grey, and that's probably because she's more known for like what she's been featured on than her solo work. I mean, if you look at her most popular songs, it's actually kind of crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen an artist this popular who's mostly known for their features, but I know she is like a songwriter for like some big hits. Like I think she wrote Love the Way You Lie. Up next, we have the man, the myth, the legend. You know his name because he shouts it at the beginning of every track.
DJ Khaled.
I don't know if you
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, you're looking at the truth.
DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled.
Come with me.
DJ Khaled.
Bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up.
DJ Khaled. Hey. DJ Khaled.
I'm
DJ Khaled.
You stick out of the crowd, baby.
DJ Khaled.
I'm staying alive.
And look, with 20 million monthly listeners, clearly you could see that this dude doesn't just have one hit. He doesn't just have 5. He has all the hits. His featured list is always stacked, and let's be real, they're what you know the songs for, but he does make an impact. At 20 million monthly listeners, we also have Dolly Parton.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. Jolene, 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 Jolene.
And we all know that her discography has seen a massive resurgence due solely to one person, and you all know who that person is. I mean, this person basically runs the music industry at this point. And of course, I'm talking about Pitbull. What? Who else did you think I was talking about? Oh, yeah. And Beyonce, too. Of course, Beyonce helped just a little bit. Amy Winehouse having 20 million is impressive because it just shows that, like, her catalog still resonates with people to this day.
You go back to her and I go. Tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no.
Also at 20 million, we have Coi Leray.
Cause girls is players too. I walk it, I talk it, I live it. What we do behind doors is our business.
Self-love, he don't love himself, tryna love me.
At this level, we also have George Michael.
I'm never gonna dance again. I don't dance no more. Music.
As well as Foo Fighters, Celine Dion. lost are the people who I did not expect to be this high up.
All the other kids with the phone come over here and sit next to me. Don't stop, don't stop.
Up next, we have the 50 Million Listeners Club, and these are people you either love them or you hate them. But regardless, you know them, you know who they are, and of course, I'm talking about Pitbull.
Picture that with a Kodak, or better yet, go to Times Square, take a picture of me with a Kodak. Ask for advice, get money twice. I'm from the dirty. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. This bigger than boys, I diggity dog. Get up, got your boyfriend and meet me at the hotel room. I know you want me, you know I want you.
All I'm saying is that the streams don't lie. This dude dominated radio for a good, like, 5-ish years. Also at 50 million, we got the Chainsmokers.
Hey, I was doing just fine before I met you. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover. Oh, I want something just like this.
Don't let me down, down, down.
If we go down, then we go down together.
Look, say what you want about their music, but it's undeniable that these guys have a lot of hits.
The Chainsmokers made us depressed. Think back to when you felt your best. Who was on the playlist?
Sorry guys, too early. The Chainsmokers lied to us. I'll be reviewing this project in a future video. That's also at 50 billion. We have Arctic Monkeys, and these streams are insane. I did not realize that they were this big. I know Do I Wanna Know it was a big song at the time, but it wasn't like huge. But for whatever reason, their catalog has just blown up on Spotify in recent years. I guess it has like a similar amount of staying power as something like Mr. Brightside does. Also at 50 million, we have Peso Pluma, who also blew up very recently. And now finally, we go to the artist with 100 million. Ed Sheeran used to be one of the top artists. Basically, all of his top 10 songs have over 1 billion streams. And right now, he's only number 20 in the world, which is kind of crazy. I think Post Malone might, but his more recent songs are kind of overshadowing that. Justin Bieber used to be number 1. He's 12 now, and that's really because he hasn't released a lot of music recently. If he has another hit, he'll definitely get back up to 100 million. Same with Drake. Drake has not had a great year, but even then, he's still doing great. I mean, look at these numbers. So Taylor Swift has 96 million monthly listeners, and that puts her at number 3 right now. Of course, all she needs to do is drop another album, Reputation, Taylor's version, and that'll easily cross 100 million. I believe she's crossed it before. And these numbers are more impressive when you consider that for years, she didn't even put her music on Spotify. She has a cult following. People go crazy for her. It's not shocking at all that she has as many monthly listeners as she does. At number 2, we have Billie Eilish. Now, what's crazy to me is that Bad Guy is not even in this top 10.
I'm the bad guy. Now they're all I'm thinking about. I wanna try it, bite it, lick it, spit it. Birds of a feather, we should stick together right now. I could eat that girl for lunch as she dances on my tongue. Tastes like she might.
Obviously, this number is heavily influenced by the album she just put out, which seems to be doing really well. But yeah, at number 1 right now, we have The Weeknd with nearly 105 million monthly listeners, number 1 in the world. And honestly, that's kind of surprising to me. I mean, I guess not too surprising when you consider just how massive Blinding Lights is. 4.4 billion streams is insanity. I don't even know how to comprehend that.
Look what you done. Even though we're going through it and it makes you feel.
All of these songs have like over 1 billion. Most of them have like nearly or over 2 billion. That's insanity. I think what makes it more surprising is that he's not like super public. Like he doesn't do a lot of interviews, so people don't see him that much. And it makes you forget just how dominant his music really is. Like Call Out My Name, I didn't realize that was nearly 2 billion streams big. Die For You was a song that wasn't even released as a single and just like randomly blew up years later.
Save your tears for another day.
Stargirl Interlude has 1 billion streams. The Hills with 2.3 billion. Can't Feel My Face, a massive single, not even in the top 10. What really shocks me is I didn't even know like the Idol songs were as big as they were.
Begging on the knees to be popular. I don't wanna know. Did it touch your brain?
we have officially gone through all the different levels of fame. And if you like this video, comment below artists with under 50,000 monthly listeners, compare them to a larger artist, and tell me why you think their music is better. I want to start a series where like really underrated artists compete with like large artists to see if there really are artists out there who are doing better but are just not being recognized. So just comment below some suggestions below, and other than that, I'll see you in the next video.